Assalamu alaikum, dear students. How are you? Hope you are safe and sound. I am also fine by the grace of Almighty Allah. I am Ahmed Ullah, lecturer at Rajakotra Model College, EMDS. Today I am with you to take a class on Bangladesh and Global Studies for class 9 and 10. Chapter 10, topic Sustainable Development Goals. Okay, dear students, let's start today's class. Lesson 1, SDG. The United Nations has been trying to achieve Sustainable Development Goals comprising the elements of economic, social and environmental development. But what is SDG or Sustainable Development Goals? SDG is a universal development plan for all the nations and countries. SDG is a development plan through integration of economic, social and environmental development. We know that positive change of any situation is called development. But if the result of development is something adverse or negative, it cannot be sustainable development. Sustainable development is a holistic approach where natural resources will be utilized proportionately to meet up human needs without damaging the resource. We must use natural resources, but we should not damage them. Rather, sustainable development puts equal emphasis on the protection of resources while with development. It emphasizes environment-friendly farming. It also covers social and human development issues. So, dear students, by SDG or sustainable development, we mean a development plan comprising of economic, social and environmental development. We use natural resources for our development, but we should not misuse or harm them. This is called sustainable development. Partnership. Before going to discuss the importance of partnership, we should know what is partnership. A group of people work for and enjoy the benefits of any development are called partners. Partners have some duties and responsibilities to enjoy the benefits of development. They have partnership in the development when they perform their duties and responsibilities perfectly. Partnership emphasizes maximum benefit for maximum number of people. Partnership is very vital in achieving SDG. Partnership includes individual, groups, society, nation and international communities. There are two kinds of importance in achieving SDG. One is the national partnership, second is the international partnership. First of all, importance of partnership. People, earth, progress, peace and partnership are 5 important components for SDG. To implement SDG, every individual, group at all levels of the society has to come forward and work together. National partnership. To implement SDG, everyone's participation is needed. Students, teachers, officers, employees, workers, civil societies, male and female, the poor, the rich, and so on have to be encouraged. Through this integrated participation, we would get a world of economically, socially, and environmentally developed. Moreover, the different societies and institutions have great influence over the state. The partnership between the society and institution is very much important in achieving SDG. Now, international partnership. The importance of international partnership is immense for achieving SDG. Achieving SDG is not only to confine any territory, any country. It is applicable to all nations of the world. Today's world is more interconnected due to communication, superhighway, and easy access to information technology. Social, political, economic, and environmental cooperation of all nations and communities of the world will play an active role in achieving SDG. The main goal of sustainable development is to achieve international cooperation which can be established through mutual partnership. This mutual cooperation of all nations is essential for any kinds of development, peace, safety, and justice. Now listen to the probable results of achieving SDG. When we achieve SDG, the following results we will get. If our country succeed in achieving SDG, the probable positive results or advantages would be as follows. Point 1. Poverty. Poverty line will be brought to almost zero if we succeed in achieving SDG. Basic needs. The basic needs like food, clothes, shelter, health, education, and entertainment will be met if we filled up SDG. Next point, disparity. Disparity will reduce. All kinds of disparity will reduce. Disparity between male and female will disappear. Income disparity will come down if we succeed in achieving SDG. Next point, women empowerment, women development. Gender equality will be established. Women repression will reduce. As a result, women empowerment will be ensured in our family, society, state, and all other levels. Next point, employment opportunity. Employment opportunity. There will be no burden of foreign loans in Bangladesh. Balance between income and consumption will come. As a result, employment opportunities will be created in Bangladesh if we succeed in achieving SDG. Now, healthy environment. Healthy environment for healthy living will be created through the supply of clean water and sanitation both in rural and urban areas in Bangladesh. Next point, disaster control. Different disasters like flood, drought, tidal upsurge, tidal bore, cyclone, tornado, river erosion, cold wave, hot wave, etc. will minimize if we succeed in achieving SDG. Now, production increase. The point, production increase. Due to the rise of renewable sustainable energy, agro and industrial production will increase. Social stability. Anarchy will reduce and stability will increase through the justice in the society if we succeed in achieving SDG. Political stability. Political instability will reduce if we strengthen democratic institutions in our country. Then political stability will come and peaceful cessation prevail all over the country. Next point, problem solution. Problem solution. Social, economic, and political problems will be resolved through expanded partnership with other countries. Prosperous nation. Last point, prosperous nation. The doors of education, culture, knowledge will remain open. We will move forward in the fields of sports, science, and technology. Finally, we will be able to establish our dignity as a peaceful and prosperous nation in the world. Now, lesson 3. Challenges of Bangladesh towards achieving SDG. The challenges Bangladesh may face in achieving SDG are identified below. Point 1. Remarkable challenges for sustainable development goals are unequal distribution of resources, disparity and poverty. The disparity of wealth and resources is being widened in the world. So we have to minimize this disparity. Point 2. The acute discriminations and divisions among human beings is another challenge or barriers against sustainable development goals. Bangladesh has to reduce the gap between the earning and the consumption of the people. Point 3. Imbalanced society is another challenge to SDG. A section of people is becoming immensely rich by grabbing the land, rivers, banks, forests, and financial organizations. We have to stop them. We have to address this social disaster. Point 4. Point 4. Lack of transparency and accountability down from the individual to collective level has become a challenge towards achieving SDG. Point 5. Disappear of earning, consumption, and gender. Even the regional disparity of earning, consumption, and gender, even the regional disparity could become a challenge towards sustainable development goals. Point 6. Unplanned industrialization and unplanned urbanization will account for challenges towards achieving SDG. Point 7. Achieving SDG appears to be difficult if we do not address natural disasters. Achieving SDG appears to be difficult if we do not address natural disaster. Point 8. Weakness in social and economic infrastructure is a challenge towards sustainable development goals. Point 9. Shortage of gas, fuel, and power supply will appear to be a challenge towards achieving SDG. Finally, point 10. Mismanagement in appropriate marketing of agro product is also a big barrier to SDG. Mismanagement in appropriate marketing of agro products is also a big barrier to SDG. Dear students, these are the 10 barriers in the face of Bangladesh to achieve SDG. We have to remove these barriers and then we will succeed in achieving SDG. Now lesson 4. Actions needed to be to address the challenge towards achieving SDG. In lesson 3, we have learned about the challenges of Bangladesh in achieving SDG. Now we will identify the steps to meet the challenges, that is to overcome the challenges of achieving SDG. Point 1. Reduce disparity. If we want to eradicate poverty in all sectors, we have to reduce disparity in income, consumption, gender, region, and wealth to a greater extent. We have to stop money laundering in foreign countries. In this regard, we have to expedite resource mobilization from home and abroad. That is, we have to reduce all kinds of disparity if we want to succeed in SDG. Point 2. Flow of information. We have to ensure uninterrupted flow of information at all levels. Moreover, we have to include an acceptable data bank for sustainable development. But we should be aware of misuse of information technology. Point 3. Climate and environment. We have to mitigate the adverse effects of climate change. That is, we have to solve the negative effect of climate change. Conserve and develop environment. That is, we have to overcome all the bad effects of climate change, and we have to conserve and develop the environment. Point 4, employment. We have to create employment opportunities for all, and thus we will ensure the reasonable supply of wealth to every person. Point 5, health service. Point 5, health service. We have to establish a standard health service system so that we can ensure healthy life and well-being for all. Healthcare service should be enhanced. Sanitation has to be given priority in our country if we want to succeed in achieving SDG. Point 6, quality education. Point 6, quality education. We have to ensure inclusive and equitable quality education for all. We must improve education and culture by giving more budgets in this sector. So if we want to succeed in achieving SDG, we have to promote quality education in our country. Point 7, political stability. A strong political commitment is needed to implementing sustainable development. There is no alternative to a strong political commitment in implementing sustainable development, and that is why political instability we must reduce by strengthening democratic institutions in our country. Point 8, rural economy. Rural economy. Along with agro sector, we have to give priority to the non-agro sector so that we can expand rural economy. Point 9, deprived community. Priority should be given to deprived communities and far-flung regions of the country in the development plan if we want to succeed in achieving SDG. Point 10, civic rights. Point 10, civic rights. We have to ensure that everyone has equal rights as a citizen and everyone has equal human dignity if we want to achieve SDG. Point 11, clean energy. We have to ensure affordable, reliable, sustainable and clean energy for all. Point 11, clean energy. I repeat, we have to ensure affordable, reliable, sustainable and clean energy for all. We need to carry out investigation on land and in the seas to ensure gas supply and other energy supply. Point 12, human resource. Special attention should be given in Bangladesh to the human resource development for achieving SDG. And last point, combat social problem, wipe out social problem. Every society has some existing problems such as corruption, violence, oppression, violence towards women, juvenile offense, drug addiction, etc. We have to wipe out these social problem for achieving SDG. If we undertake development plans considering the above mentioned factors seriously and proceed to implement them accordingly, the result could meet our expectation. So dear students, these are the challenges we have to overcome to achieve SDG. That is, the actions are needed to address the challenge towards achieving SDG. If we follow, implement, if we overcome these 13 points, we will surely achieve SDG in Bangladesh. So dear students, no more today. Thank you very much to give me time. I am Ahmedullah, lecturer at Ajukutra Model College. Like to give you goodbye for today, and I like to welcome you in the next class. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah.